A quick walkthrough Exchange Server 2016. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through Exchange Server 2016. How can we access it, and what are the different features and options we have in Exchange Server 2016. So after restarting our Exchange from our previous lab, I'll just log in to the Exchange Server, and then we will see how it looks like. So I'll go to desktop, and then as you can see that it is now taking time to load the desktop, because now the heaviest application is installed in my virtual machine. So I'll click on start, and then click on this arrow, which will just help me to get to applications that I have. So as you can see that Microsoft Exchange Server is now in here, and this is administrative center, and then I got another shell which is command prompt, and this is another help thing where you can just get some help, read get different informations whenever you need it. And then this is toolbox. We will just look at this too. This is for troubleshooting purposes. So in order to access Exchange, you just click on Exchange Admin Center, as this is a web uh, type where you can access your Exchange server. So like Exchange Server 2010 and 7, you had like a console, Exchange Management Console, to access it, but this time it is on Internet Explorer, so you can access your Exchange server through Internet Explorer. Just click on it, and then you're good to go. So while this is loading, I'll just show you some other things. So after your Exchange server installation is completed, what you can do is you can simply check for some other stuffs where for example, services. Let me show you the services, like how the services for Exchange server looks like. And one other thing that I'm going to show you is Exchange server Active Directory security groups that we have, um, which is created after installation of Exchange Server 2016. Alright, so when I go to admin tools and then I go to services, um, I will be able to see that there are some additional services other than operating system services that we have for server 2012. So when you press M, you will see that these are the different services for Exchange server. So one of the troubleshooting tips that I can give you is that most of the time when your Exchange server is not sending and receiving emails, or your Exchange server is like the databases are not working, so you should come and check these services and make sure that they are running. Like IMAP and POP3, if they're not running, as you can see that it's not that important, but services like information store is really important. If this information store service is not running, your databases are gonna show as disabled, like database availability group. If this is disabled or not running, the load balancing or failover between databases are not going to work. Same thing with the others. So make sure the services are running. And then one other thing, if I just go to Active Directory users and computer, you should I'll just show you the Exchange security groups that are created after installing your Exchange server, or while preparing your Exchange server for schema and AD update. So Microsoft Exchange security groups, these are all created, and all of these groups have different purposes. And like you can add like your IT admins, your help desk member of these groups, so that based on these group purposes they can manage Exchange servers. So for example, if I say recipient management, if I add someone as member of recipient management, they will be able to create, delete, edit, recipients or mailboxes. So these are Exchange server groups, which I will just go in detail whenever we will learn about permission. So this is how it looks like. So I just wanted to show you that. So after opening your Exchange server, you can see that it just goes to https colon backslash backslash localhost, which means that this machine where the Exchange server is installed. If you're trying to access it from other server or a PC, you need to just put https colon backslash backslash SACHO ESX01 slash ECP means Exchange Control Panel. So just continue with this website. The certificates are not like it's giving us the certificate warning, so which is not the big thing. So I'll just continue with that, and once it just loads, it's just gonna ask us for username and password to log into Exchange server, and then we will be able to see how the Exchange server looks like. Alright, so the Exchange page just got loaded, and it just took time because the RAM that I'm using is 4 GB and the minimum requirement was 8 GB. So always make sure that you use like 4 or if you can 8 GB. So I'm gonna use Elmjo Tech as a domain name backslash administrator and then login. So that's how you can log into Exchange Admin Center, where you have to put the domain name and then the username and then the password. So right now the only administrator account have access to Exchange server, and we have not allowed or authorized any other user to be able to access Exchange server. So this account should get us login, and once we are login, you can see that this is how the Exchange server works. Admin center looks like. So we got recipient configuration where we got mailboxes, groups, resources, contacts, shared mailboxes, migrations. We got permissions, we got compliance management, organization, protection, mail flow, mobile, public folder, unified messaging, servers, hybrid, and tools. So these are all the things that we're going to cover in our future lessons. So I just wanted to show you how the Exchange Admin Center looks like, and the Active Directory part was useful, where you can see the groups, and then the services was another important thing to know. So I hope that you have learned something, and I'll just see you on next video where we will be just installing or setting up our New York lab, same as we did for our Sacramento lab. And once we are done with that, then we will be starting to configure each portion based on real life scenarios. Thank you, and I'll see you on next video.